Good evening, everybody. I've been kind of all over the place today on Instagram and Facebook, trying to do a little bit something different in each of those places. On the one hand, I'm just testing some stuff to make sure we're good for 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we'll be live streaming our services as we have been for the last few weeks. And this particular Sunday is a very special Sunday because it is Palm Sunday. So, in the midst of everything that's going on, I just wanted to remind you guys about the House of Shadows, which is the theme that we've been using this year as we go through the Christian seasons. So, we started with Advent, and then Christmas and Epiphany, and on Ash Wednesday, we started the season of Lent together, and I hope and pray that it has been a meaningful time for you, although I have to admit for myself, it's been sort of, or I guess I would say for sure, the most out of the ordinary Lent I think I've ever experienced, and have had some difficulty concentrating on some of the things that I would normally concentrate on with everything that's going on. But Lent is coming to an end, and so it will end later on this upcoming week on Monday, Thursday, and in our booklet here, tomorrow on Sunday, we will be getting to part 5 here, the stairs and the ascent. And so we've got our Palm Sunday service, which the times will not be at 9:15 and 11 a.m. as they are printed in your book. It will be at a 10 a.m. live stream, as we've been doing for the past few weeks. And then also take note of a workshop on Wednesday at 9 a.m. this week called Loose Boards. Now, if you've never been to one of my contemplative workshops, this one was actually already scheduled to be an online workshop, and so it will continue to be that. And a contemplative workshop is just an opportunity to have some space and some time to consider spiritual practices and spiritual disciplines in your life. Sometimes we focus on a particular discipline, like biblical meditation, or prayer or fasting. In this particular one, we're going to be just talking in general about spiritual procrastination. So I'm very excited about that topic. I think it's something a lot of us can relate to, or certainly we all can relate to procrastination. But have you ever considered how procrastination fits into your spiritual life? And have you ever considered some ways that that you may try to break out of some of those habits of procrastinating that you have in your spiritual life? So I'm super excited about that. That'll be on Wednesday. And then as we move through the week, Lent will come to an end, and we'll find ourselves on Monday, Thursday, in part 6, which is the kitchen. And we'll find ourselves at the table for a Monday, Thursday service where we will celebrate the Lord's Supper together. That will also be a live stream, 6:30 to 7:30. If you have some juice and bread at home, that will be fine. We also are going to be giving some individual communion cups, individually packaged communion cups, into our what we're calling our spiritual quarantine kits that will be available Monday through Thursday next week. You can just drive through. They'll be in the portico of the church, so you don't have to stop and get out. And in fact, you can't. The church is closed. But you can drive through and get these packs that have a number of items in them: small group study guide, resources for children's ministry if you have kids, just kind of some treats and some goodies, as well as these communion packets. And so we'll do that on Monday, Thursday. Then during Holy Week, of course, it's a busy week. On Friday, Good Friday, we will go to the window and that was originally scheduled to be some prayer hours that the church would have been open for, which of course now the church won't be open for. But I am going to do my best to try to replicate what that environment would have been like here at the church. As far as coming in and contemplating sometime between the hours of 12 and 3, which were the hours that Jesus was actually hanging on the cross, and contemplating the different words that he spoke from the cross. And so, although you can't come into the church for prayer time, I'm going to do my best to create a virtual contemplative experience for that, in which you can come online anytime between 12 and 3. I'll be streaming live, and I'll be here to pray with you and for you if that's something that you're in need of. I'll also just be creating space with music and visuals to kind of give you some time to step away and contemplate on Good Friday. And then, of course, we have Holy Saturday. And then on Sunday, the great, magnificent day of Easter will come along. At which point we will have another live stream service at 10 a.m. So in your book, as noted, regular service times on Easter, we usually actually do an extra service at 8 a.m., then 9:15, and then 11. But this year there'll be just one service at 10 a.m. It'll be a live stream. And also a little bit out of the ordinary for that day is that we will have communion again. So 2 opportunities for communion, Monday, Thursday, and Easter Sunday at 10 a.m. So things are definitely going to be different than what we had originally planned for, as far as the different events and services that we had around Holy Week and around the House of Shadows. But still looking forward to just an amazing time of worship with you. And even though we can't be together physically, we are going to gather online, whether it be on Facebook or YouTube live, for all of these different things. And of course, all the details can be found on our website, the House of Shadows. It's under Resources, House of Shadows. You can find information there on all the workshops and the services. And of course, we're putting all that information out onto our social media pages, as far as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And so we hope that you'll follow us there as well. And I thank you for joining me this evening as I test our stream for tomorrow, and also just give you an update on the House of Shadows, in which we'll be moving into the next section tomorrow, and then through several sections throughout Holy Week. And we'll be with you tomorrow morning.